sometimes we forget where we've been to be like, yo, like you have it good, bro. Like someone said, if you can put a roof over your head and pay the bills in music, you already made it.
Can you tell us what's the craziest amount you got for one gig?
It was
Nitefreak is a Zimbabwean-born music producer and DJ redefining Afro-House through a sound that's spacious, percussive, and emotionally charged. Self-taught, he blends African rhythm with minimalist house structures, creating tracks that travel easily between underground clubs and global stages. Supported by leading international tastemakers and known for his immersive, tightly controlled sets, Nitefreak is representing a new African electronic voice. So, Biggie, aka Nitefreak, my brother. Welcome to South Africa. I can't even say that. I feel like this is your second home. Yeah. I think South Africans love you so much, and you are truly one to really export the sound from the continent to the rest of the world, and it's an honor to have you here. So thank you for making time.
Thank you so much for having me.
I appreciate it, brother. Tell me, if you're sitting at like a dinner party and someone who doesn't recognize you asks you what you do for a living, what's that answer you give? Is it DJ? Is it, do you lead with producer? Do you lead with musician, artist? Like, how do you best articulate what you do professionally?
I'll lead with the music producer.
Music producer.
DJ was used to be like shunned upon back in the day. So, like at family gatherings, like, I'm a DJ. Then people would give you the side eye, like, okay. But now, I can put the DJ in front. So usually I'll just say I'm a music producer slash DJ.
I love that. Tell me now, if I turn on Netflix one day and I see the Nitefreak documentary, or maybe it's a movie, I don't know.
Yeah.
And that logo comes in, say Kugum, and then it's the story of your life. What do you think that introduction, or how do you see that opening shot to your documentary or your story one day?
I think it starts the day I dropped out of college, university. I was doing motor mechanics. I think it starts there when I wake up and tell my grandmother, I'm not going to school today.
Crazy, bro.
I think that would be the epic start of that journey.
That's powerful, bro. Where did you study, bro?
I was at Polytechnic in Bulawayo in Zimbabwe.
Crazy, man.
So it was like my second year.
Jeez.
And I was just like,
So take me back, bro. Like, is there musicians in the family? Is there like and what's the first time music crosses your path in its entirety?
My dad is a music lecturer till today.
Oh, so crazy, bro.
I literally, from the hospital to the house, we bumped into music.
That's crazy. What was he bumping back in the day? What do you remember?
A lot of Bob Marley, bro.
Oof,
a lot of Bob Marley. A lot of Soul Brothers.
Oof.
And then from my grandmother, she used to bump a lot of gospel, Abosipo Makava.
Crazy.
There's a lot, man.
Wow.
There's a lot. Then my uncles used to bump Kwaito, Digong. Yeah, man. Like, we have a big South African influence in our music, because of the demographic where I am in Zimbabwe.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so that's most of the stuff that we can listen to. Yeah.
And what instruments did your dad play?
He plays everything. He's a music lecturer, bro.
Crazy,
so he
bro.
plays everything. Everything, bro.
So when does the DJing thing, or I want to call it house, or when does that sort of the world creep into your sight where you go, I see it, there's something there?
There's a friend of mine that introduced me to the software Tractor. Remember that?
Of course, bro. Of course, I remember.
Bumped into that. I already liked music then. Then I bumped into that, and I discovered that I could like mix songs and do little mixes. And this is 2009, right? 2009, I started fooling around with that Tractor software. Bumped into Virtual DJ, and then another friend of mine introduced me to FL Studio. This is in 2010, 11 there. Yeah, that's when like the passion really became strong.
And who were some of the people you were looking up to then that you were like, I love what this person's doing?
Oh man. I was listening to people, but I wasn't looking up to them. I was listening to a lot of DJ Cleo, Clock, because for me those are like the producers in Java as well. And then looking up to, I would say DJ Chucky, Afrojack. Those are the people that kind of like gave me that wow factor of like, yo, I need to make music. I need to make my own stuff.
Okay.
You know, that Dutch house era, 2010 EDM frenzy that happened.
Yes.
So yeah, that's when I was like, I need to start making my own stuff.
And how did the sound progress? Did you start with, was it sort of housey always?
No,
or
it was just EDM.
EDM, okay. Dun,
Like
dun,
proper,
dun,
yeah.
dun,
I was making that stuff. All that stuff. All that stuff, yeah.
So that's crazy. I didn't know that about you, bro. For real.
So started with EDM and then worked my way into producing hip hop beats for other people.
Crazy.
I made hip hop beats, and then 2014, that's when the bug hit with the whole Prince KB era. I started doing house. I don't know if you could call it Afro-House, but it was house.
Yes, yes.
And then 2017, I started doing Afro-Tech.
That's crazy, bro. So you even produced hip hop.
Yeah, I used to make hip hop beats.
Who are you making hip hop for?
For the local rappers.
Crazy, bro.
I think there should be
dope,
some songs on YouTube that some beats that I do for people. Yeah.
That's crazy, man. No, that era definitely caught me. I used to produce music back in the day as well. And I went through to like, man, some of that music as well, bro. I went to Tomorrowland, I think 2015, 2016, and I had heard like festival trap. I was like, holy moly, this is crazy. So that's insane, bro. I love that, man. Yeah. Tell me, take me to either the first show or the first release. What comes first?
Let's start with the first release. I think my official release, like professionally song that I put out, I think was called Ghost. Ghost. That was the first song that really put me on the map for people to be like, oh, this is this guy. It was a song called Ghost with Vista. So Vista had done the creation, and then we bumped into each other, made Ghost. And then after that, signed some songs with Union Records in Italy, and then till we got here.
Incredible.
First show internationally was in Kenya, 2022.
Shout out Kenya, man.
Oh yeah, man. I feel like Kenya is like the gateway to the world for us Afro-House artists. So Kenya was my first ever show away from Zim. This is in 2022.
Did you do the show with Suraj and them? Who was it with?
It was with Willie.
Okay.
Suraj Gondwana.
Yeah.
Suraj came through to support. Yeah.
Amazing, bro.
Yeah, that was like my first show out of Zim.
And that was like your first show also as the house side of things.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like with my brand, when I started producing for myself, I stopped like doing other stuff. I solemnly told myself, I'm just gonna make music for myself and just focus on this.
How do you get to the name?
The night comes from DJing, like working at night and Freak, because I got that name when I was 2010, 2011. I was young, bro. I was wild at that point in time, and so the Freak made sense at that point in time, and my friends understood, like, the Freak is very much deserving, because I used to throw mad parties in the hood, so.
Oh, crazy, bro. Serious.
Throw mad parties.
You're such a chilled guy, bro. I never say that about you, man.
Bro, like. I chilled here, but I feel like once I'm in an environment where I'm comfortable with people, you will see the other side of
it.
It's you. Yeah.
What's the importance of South Africa in your music journey, bro? Would you say?
Influence, a lot of influence. I feel like South Africa had music that we could access quicker because you hear it on radio, see it on TV. So, and I feel like South African producers have always been like the pioneers of most of the things that we do in Africa when it comes to Afro-House or Afro-Tech, 3-step, whatever. So the core of the music and what I was listening to when I was young kind of evolved till now. So I feel like South Africa played a big role even now for other people that are making music. I think it plays a huge role, but at the same time, the EDM side had its own, role to play in my sound and everything.
That's amazing, bro. Tell me, bro, do you think you can identify a hit record?
Oh, to be honest, most of the songs that are my catalog that have been hits are songs that I didn't think they would turn out like that. A musical will always surprise you, bro. The song that you think is gonna be a hit, you know, can be a flop or can be just mid. Like for instance, Premier Gao, like I never ever in a million years. It's not even the song that I was vouching for. It was a rush project that we
Wow,
did in like 2
bro.
weeks. There's a song that I put out before that was called Bolingo Nanga. That's the song that I believed was gonna be a hit,
Crazy,
and
bro.
it didn't work out that way. Same as Gora on any other song. So I don't think now I can tell. Back in the day, you could tell with the hype and everything, like people, asking for the song. But now you just put the song out, fingers crossed. Unless if you have crazy marketing, yeah. But from the get go from the studio, no, I can't. No,
I love that,
I
bro.
can't.
I completely agree, bro. It's like there's a level of there's a level that you must like and love the song, but like you can't ever decide. It's like
Oh
not for
no,
you to
no, no, no,
decide,
no.
you know?
I
It's like
think your part ends by approving it from the DAW to be like, okay, this is good enough to be
100%.
out there, and then it's just fingers crossed.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
it's just fingers crossed,
Are you
bro.
still using FL today?
Yes, yes,
Okay,
yes, yes, yes.
amazing,
Still
bro.
using FL.
That's
How do you know
incredible,
I use
bro.
FL?
Well, you said earlier where you found it. You
Oh,
found
okay, okay,
FL,
okay.
but
Yeah,
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 that's
yeah, yeah.
amazing,
I'm
bro.
still
That's
using FL.
incredible. Have you upgraded to the latest version, or are you one of those people who's stuck on like version on a version
Um,
and he doesn't move?
I've been upgrading, but I always keep FL 21 on the side, so I install
Okay,
21 and 24. So every time I feel like I'm hitting a block, I always go to 21.
that's crazy, bro. You serious?
Yeah, and then because the new one, I feel like the new updates and all the new plugins, you get overwhelmed and
Definitely.
you just like there's so much in your face. So I always go back to the familiar setup that I set up back in the day to be like, okay, this is where most
I
of the
love
hits are
that,
made.
bro.
So I just go back to the older one, and then when I want to experiment, I just flip to 24.
I love that, bro. I couldn't
Yeah.
agree more, man. Every artist I've ever worked with, whenever they get new equipment, the music's gonna suck for the next 6 months.
It
Always, bro.
is, yes. Up until you find like your workflow. Yeah,
Again,
yeah,
or if like a mixing engineer is like, oh, got a new studio, I'm
yeah.
like, whack mixes for the next 8 months. Don't touch that guy,
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, yeah.
I completely get that. And I love that you say that, bro, because I've never thought of it like that. Like if you're hitting a little bit of a creative block, like just go back to the simple version and somewhere that you're used to that doesn't have too many things going on, and you can
Yeah,
go back to basics. That's great
yeah.
advice, bro. Bro, now how does the career like I hear you play your first international show, but how does the career progress? Because like you're now arguably like not arguably you're now a global act in the sense that you play shows around the world and you're consistently booked and you're a name everyone's throwing around, your name everyone wants the remix from you. How does that happen? Is there a moment? Was it one of the songs? Was it like what was the breakthrough moment, or was there one?
Um, I think right after COVID, with most of the remixes that I was doing at the time were doing fairly good. Premier Gawa being the biggest one in the catalog,
Yeah,
and then a few small ones right about there. And then there's always that myth, good producer, whack DJ.
always.
And
Yeah.
I think that's what kind of helped, whereby I could literally like I could play. I could DJ. I think that was also something that was a supporting factor on my end, that I was still able to perform and deliver as much as I could make music. So I feel like that kind of helped with the consistency in bookings and stuff like that. And then also having a good team around me really helped. You know, people that could open doors and get me into spaces that I was that would not have been possible alone. You know, despite the fact that I was in Africa and the team is in the US, so it made life a lot more easy. Yeah,
What does that team look like?
it's management which is under uh, Deeproot tribe, which is basically Francis Messier's partner Jamu, management, day-to-day manager, which is Othman, the media team, the guys that are doing A&R to for artists, you know, for me to do collabs. Yeah.
Incredible, bro. Shout out Francis, man. That guy's also just like done so much for the continent.
Oh
Like
yeah,
he's
yeah,
done
yeah,
so much, man. I
yeah.
think you guys did that. Kamili, Kamili. Yo, that song was Kamili. Yo, that thing goes in, dog. Yo. No, that's crazy, man. That's so dope. It's how did that happen? How do you get a global team basically working with an artist out of Zim? Like how does that come from a release and they reach out to you? Is it from a show? Is it
It came from when they heard My Africa. It was a remix that I did in
wow.
2018 called My Africa. So Francis heard that from a Black Coffee mix and then he reached out on Instagram. And I feel like when they met me, bro, at that point in time, what I was making, no one else was making it. They're just like, you know, I think that's the case. That's how I managed to work with them.
What do you think that secret sauce was? Like, was it the chanting over this like rhythmic? Like, what was the thing that like set you apart?
Ever since
The
the synths
sense.
and the drum progressions were very, they're giving Africa, but at the same time we're giving EDM. So it was like a mix of both worlds.
Crazy,
Yeah,
bro. Crazy. No, I'm just trying to figure out that sort of special edge in your mind, just so
yeah,
people listening can also go like, what's that thing that sets me apart? I love that, bro.
yeah.
Can you just touch on, bro? Just so we share this information for other people. So just releasing music as an artist, as a vocalist, let me rather say, versus or an R&B singer. It's like very like I'm either releasing on my label or I'm releasing on the label I'm signed to. In the dance world, there's this. I'm releasing on your label, you release on mine. I release this track on this label because this song makes sense. Can you just talk us through that and just if we can guide some people how that world works? Because it's almost like you're not too worried. You're not like signed to a major where you have to release everything through them. You're like, you've got this fluidity. And how are you deciding what songs go where? Is it, and then are people coming to you with remixes? Are you still going and remixing something? And like, what, if you can just explain that world to us a little bit.
Um. So, like I said, when I started releasing 2018, I was basically like shipping out demos to labels, like to the indie labels. And then like what art the mistake that artists make, most artists, is that they think that when you give your song to the label is gonna help you blow up. It's never the case. So what I would do, I created a promo list. So I would like email all the DJs that I knew that had clout or had some form of following, collect all their emails.
Brilliant.
And once the label that I sent the song to gives me the package, like the DJ promo, I would send it personally myself to that promo list.
Crazy, bro.
So I still do that today. So most of the songs that blew up, they didn't blow up because of the label. No, I
Man,
DM them
that's so
myself.
powerful. Thank you for sharing
So
that, bro.
you cannot depend on labels to make you big. Labels actually wouldn't want you to be big because now they have to pay you royalties.
Yeah.
So labels do what we call catalogs. They just want a catalog so that they have as many songs as they can, so that they don't do payouts. So once you receive your song, if you sign with the label, if you can self-release, fine. But the reason why you put out with labels is because when people see a certain brand or that you put out through a certain label, it's easier for people to work with you because you're working with a trusted label. But don't ever think that a label is gonna go out of its way to make you blow up. especially an indie label. Mm-mm.
Can't agree with you
So,
more, bro.
so what I did was like I would reach out to like the Adam Ports and all these guys because I was already talking to them. So I'd send them the songs myself via Instagram, and that's how the songs blew up.
Crazy, bro. That's such
Yeah,
good advice, bro. Thank you for sharing that. What platform do you use to send everyone the tracks? And
Instagram. I personally Instagram.
crazy,
Like I
bro.
DM everyone Instagram,
And
and
when you got
then
their emails, you just email them directly.
they preferred Instagram, but I'll do both the email and Instagram.
Crazy, bro. That's
Yeah.
such good advice, bro. Thank you so much for sharing that, bro. What's your process to produce music today, bro? Does that process change with every song? Does it start with the melody and you add? Does it depend on if you have the vocal already? Like, what's your process, and is it different with every song?
It differs, especially like if it's a remix. A remix, I usually don't want to hear the original.
Oh, crazy, bro.
So
For
when
real.
you want me to remix something, just send me the vocals. If you send me with the instrumental,
That's
I
so
will
dope, bro.
I will
Serious.
not.
Serious,
I
bro.
will
That's
not.
crazy.
I will not. So just send me the vocals and maybe some of the packs, but I usually like to build everything from scratch. Maybe just pick a few elements from your song so that people realize that this is coming from this and going to this.
Okay.
So I usually get the vocal, go to the chorus part, then I build everything on the chorus and I strip it down to the verse and the intro. That's it.
Dope. And then on your original music, what do you have like
Original
a
music, I just make an
process?
instrumental from scratch.
And what do you start with? Drums, synths,
Drums usually.
always
If I
drums.
if I don't have an idea or direction, I'll just start with the drums.
Okay.
But sometimes I might come up. Most of my songs start with a bass line. So if I have a bass line that is moving, I start with the bass line always, and then the
Crazy, bro.
melody is derived from the bass line.
Crazy, bro. I
Yeah.
love that. I love that. I mean, you hear a lot of melody, you hear it, but bass line is not something you hear every day, bro. That's crazy, bro.
Bass is important in club music because that's what people hear the most in the club. Like a song with a solid bass wins every day.
Wow, bro.
Like it wins every day, bro. Bass is it's like hip hop. Hip hop is carried by bass line. Like
Yeah, so true.
bass.
So
808s,
true.
you get that. But bass, I feel like, is the most driving element of a song that people don't realize how important it is. A good drum progression and bass wins every day, bro.
I love that, bro.
Every day.
I love that. Tell me, bro, what is your process of staying inspired? You know, once it's you know, when you start, it's like, yo, if I can just play in this city, in this club, in this, like, that's all happening for you right now. And I'm sure a lot of your wildest dreams are coming true. And sometimes I'm sure it feels like this roller coaster that you're on, and it's just all moving so quickly. And it's like, how do you stay inspired when you're in the thing that you were dreaming for? Or does that dream change? Are you aiming for stuff that's like way higher now, that you're like, yo, bro, if only I can sell out this venue? Like, take me through your mind and your inspiration.
Last year when I finished touring, when I went back home, to be honest, I had that mindset of like, even beginning of the year 2025, I had that mindset of like, oh, I need to play this venue, I need to be this big, I need to do this. And I discovered that I was kind of straying away from the love of the music. I was now chasing numbers instead of focusing on what got me here. So I kind of stopped doing that. Now I'm just kind of focused on what comes my way, and whenever it comes, that's that. If my career is meant to stay at this level, even if I'm putting in the work, then so be it, bro. Because sometimes we forget where we've been to be like, yo, like you have it good, bro. Like someone said, if you can put a roof over your head and pay the bills in music, you've already made it. Like if you can pay rent, like live a good life via music, you've made it, bro. Everything that happens after is extra. So staying inspired, I just kind of simplified everything and just appreciate what's there in front of me and just keep putting in the work. Inspiration, bro, I feel like I was inspired when I started making music because I had people that I look up to. And some of the people that I used to look up to, I've met them. And you know, I don't advise meeting your heroes, by the way. So what keeps me grounded now is just like appreciating what I have. And if God is willing to give me more hits, so be it.
Yo, Nitefreak, the rapper, my man, dropping bars here,
Come on,
dog.
dog.
Come on, bro. That's powerful, bro.
Yeah.
Thank you for that, bro. Who let you down, bro? Which
Hey,
heroes
bro,
have your
like
heroes let you down? No, you don't have to
a lot
name
of
them.
people, bro.
Really,
A lot
bro.
of people, bro. Like, when you outside music and you're looking at these people, like the big lights and all those things, like, when you meet those people and then you see that, oh, this is really business, bro. Like, this is just business. Nobody is what they seem to be when you see them online. You're looking up like, yo, I want to meet this guy. Like,
Yeah.
so now,
But sometimes, on the contrary, they can surprise you, right?
I'm
Fine
yet to
for
be
you.
surprised.
Oh, for real?
I'm yet to be surprised. I'm yet to be
bro.
surprised. So, I kind of like, the excitement of being inside this and meeting some people, and they don't turn out to be the kind of people that I thought they would be. So,
But look at you, bro. I was like, yo, Nitefreak's probably an asshole. And then you arrive. I'm like, yo, what a cool dude, bro. Come on, man. Look, you the change in the...
I hope so, bro.
Yeah,
I hope
definitely,
so,
bro.
I hope
Definitely.
so.
You can be that change. And I think it's good to carry that, because it's like dope, because I'm sure there's so many kids out there right now who are seeing you in that light, and they're like, yo, I can't wait to meet this guy.
I hope when they do meet me, I'm not disappointment,
Yeah.
because like, I think you've been in the music industry, bro.
Yeah.
It can make or break you,
Definitely.
right? It can make or break you in the sense that you can have that one hit, and now you have the pressure of recreating that moment over and over and over again. Yet I feel like back in the day, people like would get away with like making one hit and then they just make songs so they just stay consistent, and maybe later on they get another one. But with the way we consume music now, bro, like every Friday 200,000 songs come out.
Yeah.
So you just like it's like a race of who's gonna stay relevant. He's putting out this, you make a sound, we're now copying you. He comes out with a new thing, we're now copying him. Nothing is authentic, really. Right? So that's the bubble I was trying to run away from, to be like, you know what? Okay, I see how everybody's moving. Let me just stay here and not put that much pressure on myself to be like, yo, I need to be on 10 million monthly listeners. I'm like, bro, we're just making music. If they like it, they like it. If they don't, they don't.
Exactly, bro. And that's all you can ever ask for. And I loved your analogy of saying, you know what, and just to take it back to basics and say, yo, if I have a roof over my head and this thing is paying for me to do this full time, what more could I ever ask for? And I love that you say that, bro, because that's so powerful. And that's such a great place for people to work towards and say, if I can just get there, and that's a great place to go, like, because once you're there, bro, like, then the rest doesn't matter. If you can get to do that with your life, bro, like, and I love that, bro. And I feel like that's the freedom that's going to get artists to release some of their best music when you're not in that rat race. Because the moment you fall into that loop of, now I'm trying to create that, now this guy's doing that, and you're so focused on competition, you forget to focus on competing with yourself, and your abilities. I love that you say that, bro. That's you're a deep thinker, bro. You've got some crazy layers, bro. So you write some music as well?
The last time I wrote a song was when, I think, Falling, we co-wrote that with Michaela Stamo. That was the last time I wrote a song.
I know you've got the mighty touch, bro. I can see I see you, bro. I see you. Bro, tell me, how do you know what to charge? Is the team helping you structure that? Is that like based on, are you basing it on how many people you can fill in a room? Like, how are you structuring?
So from the time I started working with Deeproot, we usually have like a sheet that you fill out. So we would look at things like, is the event sponsored? How big is the room? The venue? Also country, how it's doing economically, because there's some markets that you really can charge crazy monies, and you just look at, okay, cool, if I manage to play here, and so we'll get to the fee that we like.
Yeah.
And also if it's my first time in a country and I'm there to prove myself, the fee is going to be lower. So those are the factors. And if it's a market that you're trying to build in, yeah, the fee is going to be different. But if it's a market that we know that we've proven history, that have sold out shows, we've been coming here for the last 2-3 years, that factors in as well.
Dope.
Yeah.
Can you tell us what's the craziest amount you got for one gig?
It was a private gig. I think. Let me see. Hey, what was that? India. Yeah, I think India paid 48.
USD.
Yes, USD.
Woo!
48.
48K
It's a wedding.
USD.
Yeah.
Whew. But I feel like that's gonna be your normal price not long from now, bro.
Hey, bro,
I'm
I hope
telling
so,
you, bro.
I hope so,
Definitely,
bro. Hey, I
Definitely.
hope
You're on your
so,
way
bro.
there, bro. You're
I
on your
hope
way
so,
there, bro.
man.
Just
Eish.
the love you're getting from the American market and the European market, bro, you're well on your way there, man.
Yeah, I hope
you
so,
well on
bro.
your way there, bro. Trust
I
me.
hope so.
It's
But we
crazy.
try to build in Africa as well.
Of course, bro. Of course.
Because we want this. Because what sorry to cut you off, but I also want to have the same ecosystem in Africa. Because, bro, like, I always follow some local DJs in Africa, and I see the communities that they have. Like, if those communities would have funding, bro, would have a beautiful ecosystem. Like, Zambia is a ripe market. I feel like it just needs a bit more capital and a bit more focus. Kenya is a very much developed market. I played in Nigeria, Lagos, bro, insane. Like, it was the appreciation they had for Afro-House, despite Afrobeats being so big in that country. Mad, bro.
Wow, bro.
And I was like, imagine if we could have that whole dirty December summer vibes where people do Lagos, where people come to Cape Town, then we do Victoria Falls. Also we're showcasing our tourism sector. But I feel like because of the crazy travel restrictions, borders, the political things, it becomes hard for us to create those events and stuff. But, bro,
100%.
Africa is ripe. And also the music is being made here, bro.
Yeah. And I couldn't agree more, bro.
Yeah.
It's like I've always had this fight every time I've tried to bring an international act into South Africa. I'm like, if the continent was a bit more connected, do you know how much cheaper it would also be to bring other people here if, like, we were adding 3 shows South Africa, 2 shows Nigeria, 2 shows Zimbabwe, 1 show Zambia, or 2 shows Kenya. Like, bro, those fees would go crazy. And then also local acts would start touring. Like,
Yeah.
That sort of path doesn't exist.
Exactly.
You're doing here and there. Then you'll see randomly Burna Boy's playing this place and then he doesn't play anywhere else, and then randomly South Africa books him. It's like there's a massive disconnect, and I really hope that the people listening and the promoters, like, more and more people are coming together, because that's going to be a massive if that pathway is created, it's going to be insane.
Yeah.
And then also I feel like if you're popping back home right now, Africa is the hot topic around the world, and it is being watched by all the major labels. The music here is being watched like crazy, So it's like, if you're doing something at home and you're getting love, chances are it's going to spread to the rest of the world, man.
Yeah.
So I love that that's a big focus for you. What's it like in Geez, I haven't been to Bulawayo in a long time, bro.
I wish you'd come through last week. Last week I did my annual show called the Hindi.
Yeah.
We've been running it since 2021. This was the biggest one that we did. The Afro-House scene is shaping up, and I'm happy to say that we're managing to pull good numbers with just local DJs. So for me, that was the most important thing, because I was trying to run away from the whole how many numbers we have on IG. So what we do with that event, we don't announce the lineup.
I love that.
We just say the event is happening on this day. You'll find out when you get to the venue who's playing.
Brilliant, bro. Brilliant. Are you live streaming it as well? Did you guys take?
Oh, we recorded. We have sets on YouTube.
Amazing,
there's 2 sets. The one that I did in Harare, the capital, and then the one that I did in my city, Bulawayo. For this year, we had to publish it. Yeah. So we don't post the lineup, because we're trying to have people to come for the show, enjoy the music, than people coming for who's playing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Because then it's like who you bringing next before we buy tickets. It's like
Exactly.
that's not what it's about.
Exactly.
It's about the journey the music's
Yeah.
taking. Come and enjoy. And how many tickets, bro? How many people came?
We did 2,800.
That's incredible,
We
bro.
did 2,800 from
Jeez,
1.1 last
gents.
year.
Wow,
So,
man. That's
yeah,
amazing.
if we had a bigger
bro.
venue, it was probably going to be more,
Wow,
but
bro.
we hit the venue capacity and we had to cut. We had to stop selling tickets.
Incredible, bro.
Yeah.
Incredible. It's so nice to hear that there's a scene building there, man.
Oh, man,
That's
so
so
long
dope.
as time, bro.
Wow, bro. That's dope. Tell me any aspirations or working towards like releasing other artists from Zim? Is that something you're doing?
Oh, yeah,
Is that
yeah.
something that's coming?
I opened my own label beginning of the year, Afro-Holic Records. So now we have Matthew Cubic and MJ Sings. Matthew
Incredible.
Cubic is a Zimbabwean producer and Samuel Cosmic as well, Zimbabwean producer.
Dope,
They're
man.
super amazing talents as DJs as well.
Incredible, bro.
So yeah, well, those are kind of like my core focus for now, to be like, yo, try and push them and have them at least play as well and have people see them. Yeah.
I love that, bro. That's powerful, man. Two super important questions, bro, before we wrap up, or even three. Tell me, who would you say is the most important artist in your existence, dead or alive? Who's been the most important artist that has shaped, and someone you always go back to reference? It can be a few.
Oh, I think I would put for the DJ side, I think Shimza would be the DJ side.
Crazy, bro.
Production would be Afrojack. And then I'll put J. Cole in there. It's a tie between J. Cole and Big Sean because I feel like when I listen to their music, like it brings you down to earth and reminds you why you're doing whatever you're doing in life, like to just push and keep working to whatever you're trying to achieve. So I think those four who have like influence in what I'm doing
That's
now.
so dope, bro.
Yeah.
I would never expect those names, bro.
Oh yeah.
Crazy, man. Have you done Kunya before? You did do.
Once in when it came to Zimbabwe.
Okay, dope.
Yeah.
Dope. Super important question here. If someone's listening to this conversation and they are embarking on this journey and you're chatting similarly to a younger version of you who hasn't had that breakout show in Kenya yet, who's sitting in South Africa, in Zim, anywhere in the world, and they are embarking on this journey now, what's some advice you would give to them who is stepping into that world? Or if it's even a younger version of you that you're sitting with, what advice would you give them as they embark on this journey?
I think the first thing I think as a human being is for you to kill self-doubt. Kill self-doubt. But don't doubt yourself even one bit. Take everything at face value. Don't put your future in anyone's hands. Like I said, like even if you sign with the label, continue pushing as if you're not signed. Learn and as much as you can adapt because the music industry changes every 5 years, I think, in terms of marketing, whatever happens, research, learn, just try to be ahead of whatever's coming and know what's coming. I think just take everything at face value. If you feel like you can trust the person, that feeling is very true. Yeah.
That's powerful, bro. And practical advice, bro. If I stripped you of all your hits, all your songs, all your whole team, and you were back at home in your house with the equipment that you have, how do you start tomorrow? Like, how is it released once every 2 weeks? Is it do remixes? Is it post every day? In 2025, if you were to start again from scratch with absolutely nothing, how would you tackle the game?
I think if I was to start afresh now, I think the most important thing right now, I think I'll go back to the same method. I would create a promo list. I would create a system of how I plug my music into the system. And obviously make the TikTok catchy music. Because now I feel like there's no more room for music that has so much depth. The 7 minute songs I used to do, I don't think they have room in that for that. So I think right now the promo list, find a vocalist to make me a catchy European type Arabic vibe song, and then I feel like that'll be the code to crack it now. Because I feel like there's no more room for the deep thinkers and the deep music.
I think it has its place in the project.
If you want to eat, bro.
I think in the project, I think those are the ones
Yeah.
that also like sometimes like I feel like I'm with you, bro. Like the songs that need to hit are the ones that need to hit, and those are the ones that need to. They're your promo songs, right? But I feel like what really makes us engaged with an artist is those songs in between that we know is there for us.
Oh yeah.
And I think they're so
I feel
important,
like that works if you have the audience. But if you don't have an
100%.
audience,
bro, I 100%
if you don't have an audience,
100%. Don't waste your time. Don't waste your time with the 7 minute song if you ain't got nobody.
If you have the audience, bro, if you have the people to be like, yo, like sometimes when I meet some of the people that listen to my music, they be referencing songs that I don't play. Not that I don't like them, but I'm like, you listen to this. I'm like, yeah, bro, the song slaps. I'm like, yeah. And I don't even play that song in my sets. And that's when I see, like, even when I went back on, there's a song that I did in 2021 or 2020 called Elanto.
Mm-hmm.
That was a very deep song. And one day I just woke up with a notification on my email, like song at 1 million streams. I'm like, people be listening to this stuff? Like, why? Like, but I feel like I got away with that because of the other songs. So when people like, okay, this big one, and then they start listening to the smaller ones because the audience is now there. But had I started with this song,
so true, bro.
Nah, bro,
so
wouldn't be
true.
here having this conversation.
So true, bro. Such great advice.
Yeah,
man.
so I feel like you need that one song to put you in front of people, and then you can show them how much in depth you can be as an artist. Like you can show your artistry and be like, okay, I'm capable of this as well. It's not just this.
I love
but
that,
you
bro.
need that one song for people to notice you, to be like, yo,
Definitely.
there's this guy. Then you can do. But if you want to come through with like deep songs, because also I feel like the guys are the ones that may listen. The girls, bro, they want simple things. Like they want things in their face that they understand quicker and they're able to consume faster. They're not gonna wait 7 minutes, bro. They're not, bro. Like, because 7 minutes you're giving us the intro, and then another minute you're giving us the verse, then you're gonna give us a 30-second pre-hook, and then you're gonna 3 minutes you're giving us the drop.
Yeah,
bro.
100%, bro. I'm with you, bro.
Yeah.
That's
I
so
don't
true,
believe
bro.
that in 2025. It doesn't work, bro.
No, I love that, bro. That's solid advice, bro. Are you taking Bitcoin for bookings yet?
I'm working on it, bro.
Working on
because hey, you gotta adapt, bro.
Yeah, you gotta adapt. And then, bro, my last two questions. I know I said that five questions ago, but
okay,
I'm enjoying this conversation so much, bro. We're manifesting now future collabs, bro. If you could pick up the phone right now and anybody's available, and I want to extend that question out to, it can be brands that you really want to do stuff with. It can be clearing a sample that you would love to get that song. Like, give me some dream collab, some dream features, maybe some from the continent, some from just to get a gauge of your sort of taste and your vision and things that you're working towards building in your life.
So most of my songs, if you notice, like they have African vocals. I'd love to maybe do something with Angelique Kidjo. For the lighter side, for the global side, I think maybe Gene Aiko, just to give a soulful taste of the music. Or maybe who else? Msagi would be one of them.
Dope.
Who else? An original of Salif Keita, like a proper, not a remix or rendition, like a proper set down written song, with those choras and those African elements. brand wise for the Hindi, and maybe have a sponsor that could help us not just do it in Zim alone and manage to do it in like the southern region, Kenya, Zambia, South Africa. That's where I want the event to go. Because like I said, my goal with what I'm doing right now, I really want that ecosystem to happen in Africa because there's so many unsung heroes in Africa because we're playing their music out there and I can see the crowd reaction. Like I feel like they just need to come and play their own song. Sometimes we're like, yo, this guy is in the hood. I'm playing his song in Europe and people are going crazy here and he doesn't even know it. Because I feel like in Europe, the people that have one hit and they're touring everywhere as compared to African artists whereby we need to do three times what the other guy is doing.
Absolutely.
But if we had our own, ecosystem whereby even if before you get the gigs in Europe, someone can still sustain themselves by playing regionally, So that would be something that I would want, that I'd wish would come to fruition in the future. Yeah, basically that's my kind of sort of like goal that I want to happen.
I love that, bro. And tell me, my last question to you, bro, is how would you like to be remembered?
As the I would like to be remembered as the guy who even played the good villain in your story. I don't mind being a villain in anyone's story, but I don't want to be remembered as the guy that was the yes man. I want to be remembered as the guy that took his lane and stuck to it. Yeah.
I love that, bro. That's powerful. Bro, I'm going to do a quick toast to you.
Of course.
I think it's still got some whiskey there.
Yeah.
I'm trying to top myself up here, bro. Broski, just to you, your team, everything you guys have been doing, bro. It's a cheers to you, my brother. It's so incredible to see what you guys have built, and you play such an important part in our ecosystem. And you're absolutely, if not already, I don't know what the climate is like in Zim, but you're that legendary player in your market, bro. And I think you're going to play such an important role in pivoting the music industry that side. It's incredible, bro. I love it. I love it when I see like on socials you're playing places around the world, and it's like it's incredible to see. And I know South Africa is a big ally with everything that you do, and I love how sometimes I speak on behalf of the country, but on behalf of the country, shout out my brother.
Shout out. Thank you so much.
Shout out to your team, bro. Shout out, gents, man. Incredible episode, bro. Thank you so much,
Thank you
man.
so much.
What an honor, bro. Thank you. That was
Thank you for
amazing,
having me, bro.
Yeah, that was phenomenal, gents.